morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show, Lifestyle with Dr. Mobi. I'm Dr. Mobi, and today we have an excellent guest. She's dance teacher, instructor, choreographer, lifestyle coach. Let's welcome Rockshana. Rockshana will welcome you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, tell me about yourself. What do you do?
About me. So I do a lot of different things. I've
Mhm,
actually now started calling myself a social entrepreneur because
mhm.
everything I do is to bring people together rather than separating and keeping them apart. Um, I'm a dance instructor and choreographer. I'm a dancer myself. I'm a motivational speaker, a life coach. What else do I do? I model. So a lot of aspect of things, again, of bringing people together in an artistic way, but also speaking to them and letting people know and realize and sharing the word of that confidence come within. You are the best thing since French toast, since I like what I like to say.
Wow, that's nice. I've never heard that. That's cool. Okay, so tell me about your journey. Started with dance or music or both?
It actually started with dance. When I was younger, actually, no, it started with music. Started with a solo in the fourth grade. Misty Berry's Christmas show started with a solo there, and I was like, "Oh, I wanna sing. I want to be in a performance world that way." Which then led to getting the other part of singing, where stage presentation and dancing, and I started dancing, and I loved it. One class turned into joining the competition team into doing like two groups and one solo. So by the time I was a senior in high school, I was doing like four groups and I had five solos. I had a solo in every genre, along with figuring out like what was I going to do continuing after grade school and high school. What did I want to do? Then I knew I wanted to be in that performance realm, which then I auditioned and trained my butt off. We competed. The studio I went to when I was younger, we competed, and I didn't, of course, you're competing, you want the trophy, but for me, it was about the stage presence and being on stage and just showing what I was doing.
Mm.
So that was great. Which competition went very well. On top of my mom's fireplace, there's just rows and rows of trophies and different type of plaques. And so that continued through with college. I went to Long Island University and graduated with a BFA in dance.
Mhm.
And that even expanded my knowledge even more. And by then I had already started teaching. I loved it so much that I started teaching like the year after I started dancing, which
Mhm.
seeing the kids on stage, and it's like, that's a production. I helped them grow. I helped them become better and have a little bit more confidence on stage, which that's all I want to do. Help people grow and have their own confidence on stage. But I do it in the sense of what I love, which is performing.
Mhm.
And now we are odd years later. I have a dance company which helps people grow and just expanding on that aspect of the performance world.
Mhm. Okay, great, great. So that seems to be now the direction you're going is more production and dance. And so tell me a little bit about dance style nowadays. So first of all, tell us which dance do you do, or do you do all of them?
Right. So I do all of the styles.
Hmm.
No, let me correct that. I teach and choreograph all the styles. I don't physically dance all the styles anymore.
Hmm.
Um, and so you have ballet, tap, modern, hip hop, jazz, African, heels, palm, contemporary, lyrical. To sum it up in a fast version, I like to tell people all the performance styles, things that you would see on a stage on Broadway or like an amphitheater, things you see on there. And when teaching those styles, it's really based off of the class, what I want them to gain from there, what benefits the child, especially in my solo and my private lessons. It's about them, and which then I created a dance experience. So with the dance experience, it helps. It happens a little bit more in a larger group setting, and it helps people channel in dance, It works the same if you're an athlete. It's just channeling that positive energy from the activity you're doing to deal with other things that are happening in life and all the troubles you have outside of your space and outside of your room, but channeling that positive energy that you love, that adrenaline feeling, that feeling that you can take over the world, and transferring that into making a difficult decision, or like I tell the kids, taking that math test that you just really don't want to take.
Since you talk more about kids, tell me a little bit about which one are the hardest and which are the easiest to teach.
Oh, for me, it's age groups. The babies are the hardest for me to teach just because they don't, to them, they just kind of want to go around the classroom, just run around the room. But as a teacher, I want to teach them something. I want to show them what's going on, but also I want to have fun with them. So it's like crossing the line of what is fun and what is like educational, so to say. For me, learning and dancing, it's funny because tap has been one of the most difficult ones for me to retain. However, when it comes to teaching it and choreographing it, I can do that. That I can do with the breeze. But when I physically have to be the one tapping and using the rhythms within my feet and getting all of those sounds in there, just doing a slow motion for myself and being on stage and clean with everyone else, that is my hardest.
As the artist, okay, yeah. So also tell us a little bit about where dance is going nowadays. In I see a lot of music videos, and there's kind of certain styles are more popular than the others. So where do you see this going nowadays with all the music videos?
I think dance nowadays is going in the sense of what is needed. And I say that because there are so many different aspects of music videos and music genres that are out there. And a good choreographer, in my opinion, will target whatever movement towards the video message, the style of the video, and what is going to catch the viewers. For instance, you see beautiful contemporary and beautiful ballet dancers with leg extensions and doing turns in like a heavy metal, excuse my language, a heavy metal video, which is beautiful. Something you wouldn't think, oh, like those don't go together, but they do because of the message of the song that it's trying to portray. You use that in the movement. I personally love the fact that advertisements are now incorporating, not now, but even more incorporating dance and movement into their message. Before, I feel like it was just athletes, which isn't wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But before, I feel like it was predominantly athletes or other aspects. But now you see more, there's dance. There's dance in like a Macy's commercial I watched the other day, which again, you wouldn't have thought, but it reads and it goes to the audience that they're trying to target. So I love that we're doing that in commercials, in music videos. There's a plethora of more dance movies I feel that are out there that focus on the choreography, the history of dance versus this, what I feel is a cheesy movie plot.
That is true. There's more and more dance expression, and so tell me a little bit about some of the dance style I have seen, evolved over the years. Is before that, there were dance was always about expression, and people would do expression, but the way they express before that was a little more delicate, more intricate, and more emotions into it. And now there is more movements of speed, and then but the finesse part may be different. Do you see that?
I see that, but I think it just depends on where it is. Like I said, take for instance a rap song. You will see a lot much more fast-paced movement to keep up with the melody, to keep up with the song and what's happening. And then take it to a different song or a different concept, you'll see it flower, which will then, they're illuminating the expression rather than just waiting for the listener to listen to the song to understand what's going on. They also give them a visual to see the movement and then connect it and be like, oh, that's a sad song, or oh, this is what this artist is trying to express and illuminate in his music. I can visually see it. So the visual awareness that is happening, I think it just dynamics of what type of style you're listening to or who the artist is and all that, just to send a message of what they want their listeners and their fans to connect with and how they want that to go.
And do you see with the dance, it's more also includes? I've seen certain dances. I don't know if you watch Bollywood work. So they involve eyes too. So they have some expression of eyes with eye movements, or kind of with some showing some reaction on the face, beside just arms and legs. And do you see that also coming some this way? Or I know I
Yeah.
have seen probably in the older movies, but not recent.
Not nearly as much, yes. So Bollywood is one that I feel, and by all means, am I saying I'm not by all means am I saying that I'm an expert in it. But the reason why I do enjoy watching the Bollywood style dancing is because it is so more expressive in the way the hand gestures are. And like you said, the eye movements to target you where to look and where to move, where I feel others are more about the body movement so that shapes are created. Some focuses, if you go to a lot of modern, is about shapes. What shape is being created? What is happening within the movement? What message is there? Whereas, like you said, the body, what if it's about the movement? Where to look? This shape is here. What's happening? I think as long as the choreographer keeps to the true historical meaning of the dance or the dance style, and as well as get into the roots and of course incorporating some new movement, you then see what that style is about and where that style is going and how it's been connected with the show message or the video or whatever they're producing it for.
I think you're right. So there will be some fusion coming, between East and West, and then people trying to get influence from each other. Probably, who is, in your opinion, better dancer currently and was before? Who is your favorite?
I'm going to admit this so much, and some other dancers will be like, What do you mean? I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite dancer or choreographer, just because I feel that
Mm.
everyone's coming from a different place and everyone has a story to tell. With that story being told, they're using their love of dance to portray and tell that story, or to portray and tell what they want to say. So that's the reason why I don't have a favorite, because I think everyone has a message. I love everyone's message. If it's a positive message, I am all about it. And it just depends on what type of platform you happen to have to share that message. So that's why I look and I watch all different styles. And of course, there's some where I can watch, I'm like, oh, I don't get that, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
So with the new dances, I have seen there is sometimes we watch those, but mostly which I really like, or I would say is more like, which are a little bit slower movements, and then they have a more emotional display rather than uh, you know I know. I always thought dance was more maybe 60 40, more of emotions display and visual of that than actually jumping around and then using props. And a lot of people now use props, and so I mean, it has really evolved over the years for sure. So tell
Mhm.
me about your journey for lifestyle coach.
Oh, yeah. So that actually came from dance
Hmm.
and from school. So I have always been that person, even when I was younger, first one to speak, ahead of the classroom, wanting to help out and such. And as an instructor and a choreographer and having several different private lessons, it became apparent to me, because this is what happened to me, that a lot of people, like you said, were using dance as an emotion. So when I was younger, I realized this is what I was doing. When I was upset, I was going to dance. When I was mad, when I was crying, I was going to dance. When I was happy, it was dance. And a few years ago, I had one of my girls who was really struggling with insecurities, being bullied at school. She was going through a rough time. And what I did was I took a lot of the psych classes I had taken, a lot of my personal one-on-one friend coaching styles, and I used it with dance, and I incorporated it with dance for her. And she understood. She knew what was going on, and she was able to, like I say, connect through dance. And whenever she was having a bad moment in school, she used dance. She was like, oh, I'm happy when I do this, and I'm going to use it in this bad moment in school, or whichever have you. And she's moved on past that. So with continuously doing that all the time, I was like, there's an aspect, there's a group of people that I can help out with this, who don't know that they can use dance, or they can use anything that they love to move forward and help in other ways. You see it all the time in athletic movies. You hear athletes talk about it all the time. There's numerous basketball players that can say, if I didn't have basketball, which is the most common I hear, if I didn't have basketball, if I didn't have that such great of a coach, I may not have been here. I may not have ended up in the space I am. You have other people say as well, if I didn't have this school group where we did this activity, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have never had friends, or whichever have you. So I took all of that information and I collected it, and it, like I said, it made sense to me. I was like, why not target this group of people to help them realize, hey, if I can be happy at basketball, I can use that energy and be happy here. If I can have an adrenaline rush and feel on top of the world at the end of dance class, why can't I be on top of the world and feel great? My favorite one is math, because math was never my strong suit. So I'd be great and do great in math class and do that and move it forward. So it's just that release. And I always feel whenever I do workshops, I always tell everyone, take everything negative, everything that you're pressured about or not so happy about, take it outside. We put it outside the door. We come in and we dance. That is all we have to worry about. That is all that matters. And you see, from the first time the kids go across the floor and they're warming up, they're a little bit timid. And also adults, this goes as well for adults as also, they're a little timid. They don't know what to do. And then by like 10 minutes in, they're goofing around, they're having fun. And by the end of the class, they don't even realize that they were nervous that class was going to start anyway, about an hour and a half before. So it's the coaching aspect of that, letting them know that you can translate that positive, that on top of the world feeling and put it everywhere. So when I have my clients, we talk a lot about that. When I'm asked to speak at events, workplaces, or whichever have you, I talk a lot about that because I'm really passionate about using your energy and feeling on top of the world.
Mm-hmm. So tell me also about, with dance, it's very important to eat healthier and, maintain your physique in terms of, so you're able to at least do moves, right? So do you have to also work out and do concentrate on your diet too? Or?
Well, I think for a healthy lifestyle in any aspect of field, it is a healthy diet. What's healthy for me may not be healthy for someone else. So what I really tell the ones are that someone actually the other day asked me something similar to that question. And I said, you have to work with what works for you. Yeah. I don't say I eat vegetables all day. By no means do I. However, I know that I'm not going to be eating fast food all the time. I have a balanced and healthy lifestyle of, I'm going to work out. I'm not going to work out. I'm going to do something active. Dance alone is its own workout.
Yeah.
It's It's continuous. If you're putting all of your energy and you're using everything, you are drenching by the end of a class. And it doesn't even matter what class. And to someone, if you'd be surprised, I sweat more in a ballet class than I do in a hip hop class. And they're like, wait, what? You're just doing slow movement. Yes, but it's slow, precise, and controlled movement. I'm using all different muscles in my body. I'm thinking of all different things. It's tiring. So there's that workout too. I love that the cardio workout world has expanded as well, because they've incorporated dance to it. So it makes it fun. It's no longer you have to go in the gym and use weights and equipment that's too heavy or just intimidating. You can do it through movement. And I tell everyone, if you're doubting going to the gym, that's totally fine. Find a cardio fun dance workout class and do that, because it's equally as beneficial. And of course, not French fries every day, which I'm very, very guilty of.
I know, but that is a wonderful message, because that's true. All diet plans or a healthy diet or anything, you have to individualize. So might not work for someone, might not. But bottom line is keep yourself healthy, so you can enjoy and keep on doing things what you are enjoy the best. Also, tell us a little bit about your projects. Are you working currently on any thing you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so I have a starting of a project. It will be very social justice of a project, but not too much in the aspect. Just the things that are going on in the world. This one may take a little bit longer, but that is in the beginning of works of creating a dance environment for people to feel open to speak their words and speak their truth. This comes from the aspect of I'm not someone who goes down to protest, and I'm not someone who marches. However, I also speak my truth and I speak my voice in my form of dance. That is my language. That is, if I'm frustrated and I don't know how to speak, I will dance it out. And so I feel that there are a lot of others around me, whether musicians or dancers, that feel that way. So my team and I are working on the beginning of that project that should come out sometime soon. We have a little forks in our road right now, but making it through. And then the dance experience workshop that I do, I don't call it a class, I call it an experience, because every person experiences it different. Some people have hated it and some people have loved it to the point they're just bawling down and want to learn more and reach out more. So that one, I'm really reaching out to students and organizations alike, because everyone is experiencing different things right now, and just finding your center and finding that moment of how can I use something to help me move forward, especially in this time where everyone feels like there's nothing moving forward. I don't know what to do. How do I release and expand and just figure out my emotions and things that are going on? So I'm offering that dance experience a lot more than just to studios and schools. I'm offering that to businesses that want to give their employees just that moment of, hey, take this and release and feel a little bit stress-free in the world. So those are the two that I'm really looking forward to. There were a few projects that we ended up having to cancel due to not being able to go being in a stage and in a theater. But we're eagerly waiting to be able to be in a stage and in a theater to really perform and expand out. And so that inner confidence comes out on even my dancers. Everyone's struggling at this moment and feeling a little bit sheltered, for lack of a better phrase. So we're working on a few more. I'm hoping to be able to start just throwing things out there and posting and inviting so many people to come and see and watch and experience this with us.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're absolutely right. World has changed, with COVID and so forth. So tell me about, some of the creative ways where people can enjoy dance with COVID. So
I have been so surprised that a ton of studios have been offering a virtual world and are getting a hang of this virtual platform of providing dance. And some of them have been doing it in such a low rate where it's like, that's the cost of 1 month's tuition for one kid to be in like 2 classes. So I encourage everyone to reach out and find either their local studio. I mean, that's your best bet, because if you want to be in person, some of them are offering that access to your local studios, and see what they have for encouragement classes, for just positive dance classes. There's also so many online sources. I could be wrong, but there's so many YouTube sources as well, where you don't have to pay anything. YouTube is there to enjoy. You might have to endure a commercial here and there, but you can sit and watch, or you can take classes. They've been doing some live classes. But even just watching it and feeling good by sitting there, watching classes, watching videos, and getting up and partaking and doing that. And then if you are someone who is a workout, like you want to be working out, find your gym, see if they have those cardio classes that they're working on and offering. There's just so many means that the dance community, that I'm so proud to be a part of a dance community, especially here in Denver, because they're offering so much, which is amazing. And choreographers and teachers themselves are also offering and expanding more. For a while, I didn't offer classes as much, but now I'm offering so much more, because besides of there's a want, there's also a need. Mm-hmm. I feel that for dance, need and want is literally the same thing, as long as you realize it. Like, you have to realize that dance is a want and a need for you. And once you get into it and get into that motion and get into that rhythm, you'll be great.
That's true. Well, it was such a pleasure talking and knowing you. So tell me any final thoughts you would have for my audience, and then wrap it up.
Final thoughts. I would say just go out and explore. My way of speaking is dance, and that necessarily may not be someone else's way, but I think it's just finding your way of speaking, finding your way to feel confident and loving yourself, and realizing that you can move forward every day, whether that be playing the drums, playing a game, video games. I'm totally on it. Just finding your way of speaking and your way of expressing and feeling good about yourself. That is it. To me, that is living your best life.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure listening to you once again. And for audience, they can check out your website, or if you want to tell about your site, or.
Yes. So my name is Rockshana. And if you search that on any platform, as I am the only Rockshana, you search on any platform, a social media platform, or even a website, which is being remodeled as we speak, feel free to reach out to me. I do coaching sessions in dance. I do life coaching sessions, one-on-one or group format. I speak on all different platforms. So whatever you need, feel free to reach out to me. If you think it's something that I don't do, I have a large network of individuals that are willing to help and want to help others and help them grow. So regardless, just reach out, say hi, and I'm game. We can make something work.
Yes, it was once again pleasure talking to you. And with this, I would highly encourage people to reach out and learn dance and practice. And with this difficult time, that's probably one of the best ways to relieve your stress and connect with your loved ones. So with that message, we say goodbye. Thank you once again, Rockshana. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Take care.